Hey, party people. So the other day I found this guy on YouTube called Pastor Kevin Ewing. And he's basically talking a lot the same about what I'm talking like. I talk about the world system versus the kingdom system, about it being a spiritual warfare for a battle for your soul. And he kind of goes even further. He breaks it down even further about that battle, how the spiritual world basically controls the physical world. And it's true. The spiritual, most people are not even aware that there's a spiritual world. But there's a spiritual world that's actually controlling this physical world that we live in. And so people who say, like, oh, you don't have to do anything but believe in Jesus and your life is great. That's not true. You go to church, and 90% of people in church, life is not great. Most of them they've been saving up for 25 years to fix the roof on the church. They don't have any money, they don't have any power, they don't have anything. Most of them are sick and sickly. They always got pray for sister this, because she in the hospital with diabetes, with stroke, with cancer, because they don't understand how the world operates. You have to understand how the world operates. You have to understand that there is a spiritual world, a spiritual war, a battle for your soul that's going on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And a great example in the Bible that shows this is the story of Job. And if you remember the story of Job, God was having some kind of meeting with the angels, or with the sons of God, which is spirits. He was having a meeting with these spirits to find out what was going on in the earth. And Satan showed up at this meeting. And so he asked Satan, what was he doing? And Satan said, what he doing? I'm going here and there, up and down. And that's what he does. He storms the world to see who he can devour. Now, Satan is only one person. He's not omnipresent like God. But he has a team of spirits that he releases. These are his workers, his employees. He releases them out to the world, and they just go to see who they can devour, who they can take over. And that's what happened. They take over people who open up portals in their soul by not following the laws or being obedient to God. That's how they open up portals, and that's how these spirits get into you. There's a story in the Bible where this man brings his son to Jesus, and he says, listen, my son is crazy. Throw himself in the fire. He's trying to kill himself. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff. And Jesus speaks directly to the demonic spirits that's in him, and he said, what is your name? And they say that our name is Legion. They tell you, and that means that Legion means there's thousands of spirits in him. So thousands upon thousands of demonic spirits had entered his body. That's the same thing that happens to you when you have the spirit of depression, when you have the spirit of anxiety, when you're sick. You have opened yourself up to demonic spirits. The spirit, that's the devil going to and fro. He got his minions out here seeing who they can devour. And they devour people who open themselves up to demonic forces. And you open yourself up by not being obedient to the word. People say, oh, the dietary laws are done away with. So they go and they eat unclean food because they think these laws are done away with, because they're looking at them in a religious way. Oh, they're just for Israel, which is absolutely crazy. Or especially when the worst one, they say, oh, they're just for the Jews. Who is that? Who is the Jews? What? Those are converts, people that just decided to follow God. That nothing is for them. But the dietary law, because you eat unclean, is why you have sicknesses. Because you decided that you can eat whatever you want to eat, is why you have diabetes, and why you have cancer, and why you have all kinds of sicknesses. Because if you eat according to what's clean and only eat stuff that's clean, You won't have those because you won't open yourself up to demonic forces to come and take over your body. That's just how it works. You can sit and believe all that you want, that, oh, there's no rules, there's nothing I have to do. Once saved, always saved. Being saved has absolutely nothing with being obedient to God and opening yourself up to demonic forces. You keep on that doctrine all you want, but it's going to just destroy your life, because there's absolutely nothing to do with being obedient. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, with the spiritual world and the physical world. You opening up yourself to demonic beings incorporating themselves into your body. It's nothing to do with that. Drinking, partying, having sex outside of your marriage. All of these things open you up for demonic possession. Spiritual world. There's a spiritual world, and they're constantly on the prowl, seeing who they can devour. It's another example when Elijah and Elisha was battling. I can't remember exactly the story right now, but they was battling somebody, and there was a lot of their army outside, and Elisha came and said, "Hey, listen, we surrounded." And Elijah wasn't even fazed the slightest. He was like, you know what? The ones who be with us is far outnumbers who be with them. And Elisha was like, "What? It's just me and you." So he asked God to open up Elisha's spiritual eyes so he can see. And when he opened up his eyes, he seen that they were surrounded by an army of angels. And that they didn't just appear because his eyes open, but they're always there. They are always there. They're always there in your world. You have an angel that's assigned to you to make sure that you get the things that you desire. God wants you to have the desire of your heart. He tells us this. But because you have opened up portals for demonic forces, the demons are stopping the angels from getting to you. So you got to get rid of those demonic forces. You have to, and that kind of stuff come out by fasting and praying. So you have to pray and fast. You have to fast. You have to pray and close all covenants, remove all covenants, destroy all covenants you accidentally and unknowingly made with demonic forces. And you have to enforce your covenant that you have with God. Being saved is work. It's not just, oh, I love Jesus and then that's it. It's not. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week thing. That's the only way that you're going to enjoy life and enjoy the fruits of what Yah has promised us. So, have a blessed day. Bye.